Welcome to Stuck, Time to Improv. I'm Mary Scott with Business Riff, and we have advice for startup businesses because we want you to be wildly successful. Today, my special guest is Salomie Chung, who wrote Push Start. And we're going to talk about, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? Welcome, Salomie.
Thank you so much, Mary. I'm really excited to be here. Can't wait to share with your viewers my experience and letting you know whether you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur.
So in my experience, there are three kinds of entrepreneurs. There's the motivated person who has an idea, they're going to change the world, and they're going to go and do it. Then there's the reluctant entrepreneur who kind of got downsized or had trouble finding a job, and they decided to start their own business. And then there's the accidental entrepreneur who was doing something kind of as a hobby, and they started making money. And before they knew it, they had a business.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell us a little bit, what's your experience and what do you think people really need to become an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur?
Well, my experience was in, I think, your option two, where I had a job. I was doing really well in the job. I was well paid, but I knew in my heart it wasn't for me. So to segue into, do you have what it takes? I think there are three specific things you need to have in order to be successful as an entrepreneur and to know that you need to be an entrepreneur. And that's the operative word, need, because people fall into entrepreneurship, like you say, one of three ways. But to me, the true entrepreneur is someone who needs to do this. It's their life's passion. And without it, they're not who they are supposed to be. So for me, those three things are, first, you have to love what you're doing. And I know we hear the phrase, if you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life. But for an entrepreneur, it's more than that. Yeah. It's a deep love of what you do. So no matter what obstacles or roadblocks you come across, you're going to forge forward anyway. The second thing is you have to be happy when you're doing it. If you're happy, everyone around you is happy, your team is happy, your productivity is going to go through the roof, because for you, it's your life's work. It's happiness. You know, people look at it in different ways. For me, it was when I was not being an entrepreneur or my own business owner, I wasn't happy. People around me wasn't happy. And so it was as if I was in this, this realm of, do I want to get up today? So if you're happy and you're excited and I can't wait to get up and go do what I'm destined to do, you know you have entrepreneurship in your blood. And the last but not the least, if you're happy, if you love what you're doing, you will be prepared to sacrifice everything. You are willing to risk it all to succeed. And risking it, I mean, you're risking your relationships, you're risking your money, you're risking your livelihood. So you have no choice but to succeed. So if you love it, you're happy doing it, you're willing to risk it all. To me, that's the recipe for an entrepreneur. And that's how you know you have the balls and the strength to succeed at being an entrepreneur.
Because there's always roadblocks, there's always bumps, and you need to be able to learn from it and keep moving forward and don't make the same mistake. I do a workshop for startups on the 10 common mistakes startups make, because you have to make mistakes, but you should make your own mistakes, not the same ones that everybody else makes.
Exactly. And it's great that you say that. People get into entrepreneurship thinking it's going to be a smooth ride and they're going to make a lot of money. You are going, like you say, you are going to make mistakes. Mm-hmm. If you're not making mistakes, you're not on the right path. Let's just put it that way. If you're on the right path, you're going to make mistakes. The key is, as you say, learn from the mistakes and get, another important thing is to have a good mentor, because you're going to make mistakes. And if you have someone you can run things by, or, just vent, what did I do wrong? What should I do differently? That's invaluable as well. Right. But you should never, if you think you're going to go into entrepreneurship and you're going to make money right away, you're going to be the next best thing to slice bread, it is not for you. Seriously, because it's you have to learn how to navigate the roadblocks. You have to learn that it's going to take time, and you have to learn that you have to be patient with yourself, because
and you don't do it alone. This is a big piece of entrepreneurship. There are people who really love to do a job.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Those folks, they have a gig and they're very happy doing their gig. Yeah. But if you're an entrepreneur, you need to be able to delegate, because you want to hire other people to produce the product or provide the service. And you're running a business, not just doing a gig.
Doing a thing, yeah.
And if you can't delegate, delegation is really key, and being able to put a team together of people with complementary skill sets is really important.
But I believe, and I agree with you, those things are kind of goes, they come with the process of starting the business. Yeah. As you grow, you're going to need a team. You're going to need to be able to delegate, as you say. But at the beginning, if you don't know how to switch from being employee to employer and all that takes, and know that that requires all of your commitment, then you need to take a step back and reevaluate. Is this for me? Yeah. Do I really have what it takes to succeed?
So you're passionate about what you do, you love what you do, and you're willing to sacrifice it all.
Yeah, you're willing to sacrifice it all for it. Because if you don't, to give you an example, when I started, I had a awesome job. I was good at it. I was making money at it, but I wasn't happy. I was not happy. To put it mildly, I was miserable, because in my heart, I knew that this was not where I was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of a meeting one day, I was like, I've had enough. It's time to do it. And to quote the phrase, if not now, when am I going to do it? So I just decided beginning of the year is a time for new things, new beginnings, new challenges. And this was, I believe, summer of 2013. Mm-hmm. And I just decided January of 2014, that's my beginning. That's my new beginning.
Excellent.
That's what I did.
Thank you very much, Salomie Chung, author of Push Start. And we'll put a link to that book in the chat or in the comments here for the video. Thank you again. So this is Mary Scott from Business Riff. I work with entrepreneurs and startups to find new markets and utilize custom resources through my Business Concierge Consulting Services. So join us again for Stuck, Time to Improv.